Every day, something dramatic happens in the Caribbean that affects our lives. We'll give you the details. We'll give you the facts on Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick. Here's Eddie Frederick.
So glad you can join us. A September to remember for crime in Jamaica as the number of deaths alarmingly high. This story takes the lead in today's edition of Caribbean Perspective for Friday, 7th October 2022. Details when we return.
The hurricane season is now upon us, so we as Caribbean people need to remember to think safety and be prepared. Avoid venturing outside during a storm or hurricane, especially if there are strong winds. Rooftops and other debris are often blown about and can cause great damage.
Welcome back. Nearly 200 murders for the month of September in Jamaica, which is alarming. Let's hear more in this TVJ News item with Jamila Maitland.
The police have dubbed September as one of the bloodiest months since the start of the year. About 147 people were murdered in mostly gun-related crimes. Police Commissioner Major General Anthony Anderson says 19 of that number included 2 or more people being killed in the attacks.
We believe that this trend is reflective of the ease with which more and more criminals have been able to acquire guns and ammunition. Unlike the police, who are constrained in the use of lethal force when bystanders are around, these criminals couldn't care less who they kill, maim, or hurt. Our investigations have also revealed that in several of these incidents, there were multiple intended targets, and some who seem to be innocent bystanders are actually associated with those targets.
The figure also includes the Brazen Spring Village shooting in St. Catherine. DCP Fitz Bailey says they're following strong leads. In that case, missing guns were believed to be the motive for the shooting.
We have identified suspects and they are being pursued as the investigation continues.
According to the police, 584 illegal guns were seized at the end of September. That's an 11% increase compared to the similar period last year. General Anderson is of the view that the new Firearms Act will be a deterrent for persons in possession of illegal guns, including minors who are often used as gun bags for gangs.
They become the target of gangsters who say, you can do this because you're a youngster, you're not going to go to jail, you'll probably get a little probation or something, and it allows them to give it to these kids and get them involved in the firearm trade at a young age, whilst they step back and just receive the guns when it's convenient to them. Now, what this does, it now recalibrates that. And it recalibrates the decisions that not just the children, but those children's parents make when they're faced, or whoever has the firearm is faced with long sentences.
But despite the gang violence driving the murder figures, the interpersonal crimes continue to be a major challenge, which has spilled over into the schools.
The latest incident occurred last week at a high school in Kingston. Just last night in St. Anne, we saw where a 52-year-old female pastor was stabbed to death. And at this point, we suspect that's by a relative of hers. In Port Royal, Kingston East, just this morning, a 41-year-old fisherman was mowed down with a vehicle during another dispute.
Jamila Maitland, TVJ News.
Over in Guyana, an election petition which seeks to nullify the 2020 election results will be heard in a court of law. Find out more in this HGP Nightly News report with Travis Chase.
19 months after Acting Chief Justice Roxanne George Wilshire dismissed APNU-AFC's election petition 88 of 2020, the Court of Appeal on Monday ruled that the petition must be heard and has set November 3, 2022 for its next sitting. The elections petition seeks to nullify the results of the March 2, 2020 elections. The coalition's argument is that Section 22 of the Election Laws Amendment Act, by which the Guyana Elections Commission created Order 60 for the recount of the votes from the March 2, 2020 polls, was unlawful. The hearing on Monday were presided over by Chancellor of the Judiciary, Yonit Cummins, and Justices of Appeal, Dawn Gregory and Rishi Prasad. Election Petition 99, which was dismissed by the High Court on a technicality, will also move to the Court of Appeal. The petition detailed instances of alleged voter fraud. The coalition still hopes to show the court the instances of multiple voting, dead persons voting, and the ballot boxes that lacked statutory documents. Travis Chase, HGP Nightly News.
The Republic Bank has announced that its CSR program, The Power to Make a Difference, has been received with great enthusiasm throughout the Caribbean. As a result, the deadline for submissions has now been extended to November 3rd, 2022. There is still time for change makers, community activists, and NGOs to submit their proposals for funding.
Republic Bank is looking for sound and well-rationalized proposals from individuals and organizations who can prove their ability to manage their initiative. Proposals must do one of the following: enhance the quality of lives of persons with disabilities, support healthcare programs, aid youth development through sport, education, literacy, culture, and the arts, foster climate action and environmental initiatives, or raise the bar for community investment and entrepreneurship. According to Kelly Michelle, marketing specialist at Republic Bank Limited, the process has been made as easy as possible for all applicants.
Application to this program is very simple. You visit the Republic Bank's website in your territory, click on the web banner that speaks to the Power to Make a Difference. It will take you to a dedicated site that gives you a lot more information on the program. Once you are ready to apply, you fill in that application form and submit all supporting documents to that dedicated email address, arbeckpmad@rfhl.com. The Power to Make a Difference program is very well aligned to the principles of responsible banking, and Republic Bank is extremely happy to be a signatory of this global initiative.
The bank has already made contributions in excess of $300,000 to a range of projects across the Eastern Caribbean and intends to invest across their 14 operating territories in excess of $200 million by 2025 towards sustainable development goals. Republic Bank is encouraging community leaders and NGOs to do their part to avail themselves of the support it is providing under its Power to Make a Difference CSR program before the deadline of November 3rd, 2022. For the DVS News World, I am Zane Romulus.
You're listening to Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick.
The ECCB is taking financial literacy to a higher level throughout the OECS, ECCB Currency Union. Glenn Budd of SKN Newsline reports.
When Timothy Antoine, Governor of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, addressed the start of the 2022 ECCB Financial Information Month, he indicated the bank is undertaking a survey to determine the state of financial literacy in the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union. This undertaking comes at a time when the bank is shifting the focus of Financial Information Month from one of awareness and education to one of wealth creation. The survey is considered essential as FIM is moving to advance the financial literacy of the people of the currency union.
Our central bank has commissioned a financial literacy and inclusion survey with support from the World Bank. Please participate in this survey and stay tuned for the results. As we embark on the next decade of Film Festival, we are shifting our strategy from financial literacy and empowerment to financial wellness and resilience. Financial resilience is the capacity to absorb and bounce forward, not back, from a shock such as a health event, job loss, economic downturn, a natural disaster, or even a pandemic. Let's face it, there are persons in the ECCU who have experienced all of these shocks during the past 5 years. We believe this new thrust, accompanied by some new programs, could be of significant benefit to the people of the ECCU.
In this year's Financial Information Month, Governor Antoine said focus will be placed on 3 areas that are crucial in creating wealth.
Our focus this year is wealth creation. Consequently, several areas will be explored, including entrepreneurship, investing in securities, and cryptocurrencies. Now, the benefits of entrepreneurship go well beyond businesses and their owners. Entrepreneurship is often the foundation for intergenerational wealth and a driver of innovation and job creation. Our region needs more entrepreneurs. We want to see more of our youth pursue and fulfill their dreams to own businesses and create their own jobs. Now, one of the biggest impediments to their aspirations is lack of access to credit or finance. As a consequence, we launched the Eastern Caribbean Partial Credit Guarantee in October 2020. Under this program, qualifying loans of up to $750,000 issued by participating financial institutions receive a 75% guarantee, thereby making credit more accessible to entrepreneurs and small businesses. I encourage you to ask your financial institution about this program. You can find a list of participating financial institutions at ecpcgc.org.
For the month of October, some common and unique programs and events would mark the commemoration in each of the ECCU member states. In St. Kitts and Nevis, a business symposium, radio programs, and a film video remix challenge are among the events on the schedule of activities. Lindbergh reporting for SK Newsline.
Trinidad and Tobago's Speaker of the House had to intervene during a Standing Finance Committee's proceedings when the Finance Minister asked if an opposition MP is lobbying on behalf of an insurance company or broker. It led to an exchange which saw the Speaker calling on all MPs at the committee's meeting to please do unto others as they would have others do unto themselves. TV6's Jewel Brown has that report.
During the Standing Finance Committee's examination of the Finance Ministry's $7.9 billion allocation for fiscal 2023, Oropouche West MP Devendranath Tanku posed a question to Finance Minister Colm Imbert about the government's contribution to the group health insurance for monthly paid officers.
I know that the minister's estimate for 2022 was 1.9 million, but only 1.2 million was spent. Can the minister advise why there was a substantial drop in the government's contribution to group health insurance?
The Finance Minister countered with his own question to the opposition MP.
You have a suggestion?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
You have a suggestion?
I have a question.
Would you like us to put more money into that vote?
I have a question.
I have a question for you.
This is about the estimates here that you provided.
I have a question for you. Would you like us to put more money in there?
Can you provide?
Is there a particular insurance company or broker that you are lobbying for?
MP Tanku sought the intervention of the chair of the Standing Finance Committee, House Speaker Bridget Anisette George.
Minister of Finance, could you provide another type of response so that we could advance the work of this committee?
The work is advancing. I want to know if he's lobbying for somebody.
Excuse me.
I'm not excusing.
Chair, the minister cannot impute motives on behalf of my colleagues here, man.
Under the standing orders, no member shall impute improper motive to any member of either house. The Speaker turned to the Bible to restore order as Kuva South MP Rujanath Indar Singh towed the opposition line in support of MP Tanku.
Minister of
You must withdraw that.
Minister of Finance. Minister of Finance. And that's, as you know, that's improper. It's as improper as you being described as disturbed this morning. So let's please do unto others as we have others do unto ourselves. We become very spiritual in this please.
The Speaker continued,
Minister of Finance, your friend has asked a question. If you're in a position to give an answer, please do.
Madam Chair, before the minister responds, you should...
Member for Kuva South. I have already spoken to the minister that it's improper. Let's go.
The Finance Minister went on to answer MP Tanku's question about the government's contribution to the group health insurance.
Madam Speaker, the general answer would be that this is an estimate. One may have an improvement in benefits during the fiscal year for the group health plan for the public servants. You may have a change of administrator. You may have a backlog of claims. The fund may need to be replenished. It's forward planning.
The finance minister again directed his attention to MP Tanku.
But if you have a suggestion, I would like to know.
You have a question? Johnson asked that you provide a reasonable answer.
I didn't mean that. If you have a suggestion for reallocation of funds from one item to another, just let me know where you think the priorities are.
Again, Madam Chair, with due respect, the minister himself does not listen to advice. He confessed that during the budget debate.
Madam Chairman, what's going on here?
The Speaker moved the Standing Finance Committee's proceedings along to the next budget item. Jewel Brown, TV6 News.
Hubbard's is once again innovating the way you shop with its new online store, providing 24-hour shopping convenience. You can shop now for appliances, hardware, houseware, building material, and more. Free delivery island-wide. Start shopping now at hubbardshardware.gd. Safe, convenient, reliable.
I am Eddie Frederick, wishing you a restful weekend. This has been Caribbean Perspective, a whole new approach to highlighting developments in the Caribbean. In the meantime, please continue to log on to CaribbeanPerspective.com for more daily news and more.